Maybe the bluegill color will get the bigger ones active. Sometimes the big ones like to hang out back here and eat the bluegill like that.
All right, guys, we're out on the Holston River. We're trying to scout out a good spot for our upcoming River Wars tournament. River's moving a lot faster than we thought it would be. And I'm guessing it's because of the runoff from all the rain we've had here in East Tennessee recently. Because the dam is just doing, it's doing one generator for an hour and then 0 for 2 hours. So it's just a slow, steady pulse that normally wouldn't be pushing this much water. Hopefully it'll slow down as the day goes on, but we'll just have to kind of wait and see. It's also got the water a lot dingier than it would normally be. So we're just going to get out here, see if this is going to turn out to be a solid spot for the tournament. Good thing is we've got a couple of weeks to, if today doesn't work out, we can come up here and try it again if need be, when it's not quite so high. There we go.
Oh, I got one.
Oh, mine just pulled off.
I caught a fish.
Get your net. Net him. That's a pretty little smallmouth. Bring him around to the side. You may have to choke up on the rod a little bit. Grab up higher on the rod. There you go. Bring him in. There you go. Bring him in close to you and put him in the net. All right, Mr. Nemo has got his first smallmouth from a kayak on the river. Pretty little fish. All right, now you got to kiss him. No, I'm just kidding. Just drop him back in the water, release him on his happy way. What color is that worm on the end of yours? Is it black and blue? There's another one.
It's like green, black, and purple.
Okay. You know what? Come this way. We're going to put you a Ned rig on.
Okay.
He ain't near as big as the other one was. Little bitty guy. Send him back. Oh. Wasn't good form on the entry there.
That's a nice smallie right there. That's a really nice smallie. That's what we're looking for. Bam! I was worried there for a second. I couldn't get a bite. Let's get a tentative measurement on him. He is roughly, he'd go about 15 3/4. So we still need some bigger ones, but that's a good sign. Came up and hit the chatterbait. Beautiful smallmouth. We'll let him go. Keep on fishing. Hello there, turtle.
That's really weird. They don't seem too interested in the chatterbait. GoPro capture. Hell, not a little bitty fella. Bites have been few and far between, I'm telling you. And everything's been on finesse so far. There we go. He'd score, but that's about it. He ain't gonna win me nothing, that's for sure. All right, another little one. Been a tough day. There we go, there's another one. Nope, fish.
A fish?
Yep. Come here, little buddy.
What bait?
The Ned rig on the bottom. There we go. He's feeding. I mean, that belly's bulging. Anyway, back he goes. All right. They are wanting finesse baits today, and they are really spaced out. So you're having to put it right on their nose. But if you manage to do that, they are eating. About 75% of the ones I've caught, their bellies are big for their size. So it tells me they're feeding, or they've been feeding. It appears to me right now what they're wanting is something that looks like a crawdad. So I don't know, maybe I should have brought a rig that I could have thrown a lightweight jig on. Oh, there we go. A little bitty guy again. They are scattered, but they can be caught. So, number 5. Ooh, nice entry. Very little splash on that. I'd give him an 8.5. Russian judge gives him a 5. Another little bitty one. You go back, tell your mama, or your dad, or your big brother, preferably your mama. They need to come over here and check us out, all right? Whoop, and he's gone. Okay, what's the next river stretch we're gonna try out?
We can try Indian Cave to Nance's Ferry. Other than that, our only hope's up here somewhere. We could come back up and try Laurel's Run to Christian's Bend. But I don't think we'll do any better. I think this stretch is the better of the two. But I think today was a fluke. The water is both low and fast, and it's never this dingy. All right, guys, we've had a bit of a change of plans. We've launched on the Little Emery to get prepared for the River Wars tournament that's in a couple of weeks. Our original plan was to try the clinch out because we've heard there's some decent smallmouth fishing on there. But after doing some research, we don't think it's going to be a viable option for this tournament. So, since we didn't have the ability to get any other floats prepared, we've launched on the Little Emery. Just in the off chance, see if we can do some good. Now it's hot out today. It is, the heat index is supposed to be something like 107. So we're probably not gonna be out here for too terribly long, but we wanted to at least get out today and do something. Because River Wars is it's gonna be a very important tournament for us. These last 2 tournaments of the year, River and Fort Loudon, are very important that we get at least top 10s. Probably need top 7s, honestly, to qualify for the state team. So we're gonna get out here and see if we can get into some good largemouth. If we can get out here and catch 50 plus inches of largemouth, then we'll have to consider this as a possible spot to launch for the tournament. Because just looking at historical data, our best bet is probably going to be we need at least 48 inches, but I'm saying 50 inches is going to be our goal. So 50 inches over 3 fish to get a top 10. To win it, it's probably going to take at least 55 inches, probably closer to 56, 57. So see what we can scare up. It's very hot out today. It's probably already almost 90 degrees and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So we're just gonna get out here and fish for a little bit. I don't know if this will end up on the video. We had a okay day on the Holston last weekend, but the water was really muddy, so I don't know what to expect from this river tournament. Hopefully the water will clear up and that'll help, because more than likely we're going to end up launching somewhere on the Holston for the tournament unless we do very well here. So let's just get at it and see what we can figure out. Would you look at that? He's a little ambitious. He's about the same length as my Cinco. Looks like a little old warmouth. I cannot believe he tried to eat my Cinco. He is the exact same length as my Cinco. I'll let him go. Good grief.
Doing any good?
I just caught a little old 6-inch warmouth on my Cinco.
Yeah.
But other than that, not much. How about you all?
Staying in the shade on chatterbaits and they're hitting.
Well, that's fun. That's what I got tied on somewhere back here.
Yep. Yeah,
Awesome.
We're getting them pretty good back there, but they seem to be just everything you find with shade.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that.
Good luck, man.
Hey, you too.
Yep.
Thanks. Well, so much for practicing finesse. A little largemouth, about 12 or 13, so he'd score for TNKATT. Those guys just drove by. I was in the boat. They said they were catching them on any shade they could find on the chatterbait. So I was gonna practice my wacky rigging and maybe a little bit of Texas rigging, but good grief, if they're gonna hit the chatterbait with it being almost 90-degree water temps, I'm fine with that. I'll finesse chatterbait. All right, let's see if this pattern holds. There's another largemouth. Up here, shallow, less than 5 foot of water. The water temperature is 88 degrees, and these guys are shallow. Ow! Got me. Now I wonder if there's any bigger ones up in here. There's another little guy. He's fat. That's a healthy fish. He's not a monster, but he's a fish. Another little largemouth. He's scoreable, about 12 inches. Let him go. Little largemouth. Little guy, fun to catch. Not gonna do much good in the tournament. Ow! He's a little skinny. I'll let him go. So there are definitely some fish back here. Just haven't caught anything big, but since we're not actually fishing the tournament today, I'm not gonna complain. I enjoy catching the little ones. I just enjoy catching them. But yeah, it's looking very likely that this will not be the spot to go to for the River Wars tournament. Emery's got some good largemouth in it. I don't know how well we do in this, because traditionally, in fact, I'd say 99% of the time, top 5 is catching almost exclusively smallmouth. Sometimes you'll catch good largemouth on the Holston, but generally it's one with smallmouth. So the Holston is probably going to be the way to go for this tournament. But we're going to keep fishing out here. It'll be fun. I like getting out here, just fishing the backwaters, and even if it's just little guys, it's a lot of fun. It's very peaceful back here. Apparently, as you get closer to the main channel, there's a lot of pleasure boats, but it's very quiet back here, just a little bit of road noise from the highway. So we're just going to get out here and keep having fun. There is bluegill back in here. Know it. Switch it up. Maybe the bluegill color will get the bigger ones active. Sometimes the big ones like to hang out back here and eat the bluegill like that. That's a good one. That is a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and just boat flip him into the boat. He ain't a monster, but good grief, that's a nice little guy. I'm in less than 4 foot of water here. He's about 15, maybe 16 inches. He was up here shallow. As soon as I started throwing the black and blue, I saw some bluegill up in here, shallow. So I thought maybe throwing something more bluegilly is gonna do good. And first cast, got myself a nice little largemouth. I'm gonna throw it around on this flat a little bit more, and if it catches them, there's a massive flat on the other side that I might hit. If we can catch some big ones back in here, that might change my mind on what to do with this tournament. But we'll just fish and see what happens. That was a largemouth right in front of me. Don't know if the camera picked it up or not. That's a good one. What is it? That's a largemouth. That's a nice largemouth. I want to get measurement on him. That's a chunk of a largemouth. He's 18 1/4. So that's the kind of scoreable we'd need for the River Wars tournament. Oh, so that's a beautiful fish. 18-inch largemouth. Grabbed the chatterbait back in the shade. We let him go. So I mean, for a limit right now, 18 plus 16 is going to be 24, 34 plus I'd say 14. It's about 48. So a 48-inch limit is pretty good, but it needs to be over 50 for us to consider this, because I know we have a much better chance of catching 50 plus inches on the Holston, but we'll see. That was a largemouth. Grabbed it and swam in towards me.
There we go. Oh well. Yeah, of course I get that one on camera.
Don't swing off my wacky worm. All right, guys, been a bit of a time. Caught him on the way. Didn't even see, I just saw a little tick. He's about 15 or so. So not bad. And I didn't lose my wacky worm.
I guess I'm ready for Sunday.
We'll have to see if we got a crystal burger on the way back.
Yeah.
But it's getting hot. Even for me, it's getting hot.
Yeah, I sat back in that cove for a little while. I still myself over a little bit.
Yeah, water temps were about 87 when we launched. They're now 93. Water temps were about 87 when we launched. It's now 93.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. We're in the home stretch. We've got 2 regular season TNKATT tournaments left, and we have to do very well on these in order to qualify for the KAST State Championship. Now, this next one that's coming up is River Wars, and we spent this video practicing for it. And at the end of our practice, we came to a very tough decision. We can either choose the Upper Holston, where we practiced the first half of the video, or we could launch on the Emery, where we launched on the second half of the video. And that was going to be dictated primarily by one thing, and that was the weather. Now, we have done historically much better on the Upper Holston. I finished in third place on the Upper Holston last year, and my dad had a top 10 finish there as well. And we know that river fairly well. But we didn't do that well in practice for this year. And our buddy Jody up at River Smallmouth Adventures, he hadn't been doing very well this past week either. And with all the rain we've had, obviously the water was up, it was very muddy, and we didn't know how the rest of the week was going to affect the water quality of the Holston. If the water were dropping and clearing, that'd be one thing, but we knew going into the tournament weekend that it was going to be very stormy. And on top of the water quality not being the best, we didn't want to get stuck on a 9-mile float in the middle of a thunderstorm with nowhere to go. So the weather's going to dictate. Are we going to launch on the Holston where we have more confidence, or are we going to launch on the Emery where we know we can get off the water faster, but we don't know it quite as well? And it was going to change what we're going to be fishing for. On the Holston River, it's smallmouth. On the Emery, there's some smallmouth, but it's primarily going to be largemouth where we're fishing. So make sure you join us next time, because that's where we'll figure out if our decision pays off. Join us next time for River Wars.